This was never a complicated process whatsoever. And we have been talking about this for years and years and years. And while it really did hit the next level of conversation with The Last Jedi, it actually started a few years prior to that, specifically with Ghostbusters 2016. When you go out of your way to ignore the fan base of a pre-existing property or a property that already had a following, and you're wanting to adapt that to live action, or if you're wanting to reboot that or remake that, when your intent is to change it or to fix it, you are already losing. And we have seen this slowly become a bigger and bigger problem from a creative standpoint in Hollywood. And it's finally hit a wall, and that would be with the Marvels. And it was already heading in that direction. Anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense could see that. But the difference in what we are seeing with Five Nights at Freddy's versus the Marvels is truly staggering, and it speaks volumes. And this is not a coincidence. This is specifically because of a simple reason, that one of these franchises focused on the fans and the other franchise focused on the agenda. And this is the end result when you do those things right here. So we have Five Nights at Freddy's, which is doing extremely well right now, and you have this interview with the Hollywood Reporter Matthew Lillard on humbling and exciting Five Nights at Freddy's success and creating authentic experiences for the fans. Do you know what an authentic experience for the fans does? It means you're going to be successful. Versus something like this, The Marvels a miss with 110 million global opening weekend, lowest for Disney MCU offshore and worldwide international box office. So this is a terrible situation for them. This is awful. This is a movie that had a $300 million budget. Let me repeat one more time. A $300 million production budget versus Five Nights at Freddy's, which had a $20 million production budget. Think about that. Think about the drastic difference in that. And the fact is right now it looks like Five Nights at Freddy's is going to end up making more worldwide than the Marvels. Yes, right here. Five Nights at Freddy's crossed $250 million globally at the box office, almost 13 times its $20 million production budget, after grossing 15.4 in its third weekend overseas, a 56% drop. Ultimately, it's eyeing a $320 to $360 million global run. Absolutely incredible. And when you go down to this article right here on the Hollywood Reporter, right here, it's really interesting. Jason Blum said multiple times that this is a movie that is built for the fans. I think he's right. They weren't that concerned with whether other people like the movie. I think they were right in that idea. Like, hey, man, this isn't a movie for everyone. This is a movie for the fan base, and we are going to bet that they're going to come out and support it. Their bet was 100% on the mark. I think that they did a great job appealing to that community in an authentic way, and this is what it's all about. I have seen Five Nights at Freddy's twice now. I can say point blank, without a shadow of a doubt, it was not made for me. It wasn't made for me at all. And I still thoroughly enjoyed it because me, as a fan, seeing other things that are made for the fans is something I can always appreciate. And I did enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen. I've seen it twice now. I saw it once in cinemas, once at home on Peacock, and I really enjoyed it. It just had an authentic feel to it, and it felt like it was a movie that was made not by committee, but made out of passion and made with the intention to make you, the fan, if you have an experience with this franchise, really appreciate it. And that's why it's so massively successful versus the Marvels, which is a complete and total flop in every way, shape, or form. And the only people that are talking about it are weirdos on Twitter that aren't even going to see it. People on Twitter that they're more concerned with shipping right here. Look at here. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe fan base right here. I ship them so hard. I ship them so hard. This is your fan base right here. They're going to talk about it on social media. They're going to tweet about it. They're going to call anyone racist or sexist that doesn't like it, yet they themselves will not go see it. And the proof is in the numbers right there with the Marvel's opening weekend, which is a complete and total disaster. So we need to continue to support things like Five Nights at Freddy's, Top Gun Maverick, Cobra Kai, One Piece. There's a lot of good stuff out there if we could get enough attention on it. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And I hope that more people will continue to support things that actually do drive the fan base, pander to the fan base, and don't really care about what anyone else thinks. And that's how you're going to continue to grow it. The reason it became great is because it focused on the fans in the beginning. Why would you change that? Why would you change to get people that had never been interested in something to then suddenly start becoming interested? They're not going to be there for the long haul. You may get them for a quick movie or two, but they're not going to stick around. They're not going to be dedicated to the lore. They're not going to be dedicated to the merchandise. They're not going to be dedicated to theorizing about what's going to happen. There's a reason they weren't fans to begin with. So why are you pandering to them to try to get them interested? If they were interested, they would already have become fans. The only people that you can hope to bring into a new franchise are people that genuinely want to be involved in it. You're not going to get them for the long term by pandering to them for a short amount of time. That's not how this works. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.